what's meant for you is going to be meant for you, and you're going to be faced with it, whether you're living or dying. There's no escape of it. That's the complexities of what it means to be a genuine human being that we've all been neglectful. There, in most cases, we were intentionally indoctrinated, and it was hidden from us. You've heard the secret sciences, the secret caves, the secret mountains. Everything was kept in a secret chamber for only certain people to attain and access.
Welcome to the Evolution of the Consciousness podcast. Love is spoken here. With your host and guide, Michelle Carithers.
Morning, everybody. Evolution of the Consciousness. Love is spoken here. I'm Michelle Carithers. Today is Saturday, December the 2nd, 2023, and the place to be, baby. Hope everybody's doing fantastic, magnificently, and marvelous, because I am. I usually get up every morning after I've done my routines, and I kind of check around on the universe, the social media universe, as well as the universe in general, just to get a feel of what I'm sensing and receiving, and see if it opens up something inside of me. And what is opening up inside of me is I know that people are struggling. I know people are despondent, and I know a lot of people are searching. Okay, and those combinations are not necessarily an issue, but a lot of us are just kind of swirling in the same paradigm where we're just doing the same things over and over and over and over and over, and not willing to incorporate different strategies, different thinking modes, which will thus change your behaviors and actions. I understand that we like our creature comforts. I love my creature comforts too. But during that, the reason I can be confident in my reality right now is I knew I put in the work. So I have the results because I put in the work. There were times that I had to do things that I did not want to do. There were times I had to read certain material that I didn't necessarily want to read. There were certain activities I had to be involved in, which I didn't necessarily want to be. I had to get myself out of a so-called illusionary comfort zone, because in actuality, if you are paying attention to the complexities of our climate, our environment, the economics, the politics, the destruction of the interpersonal relationships, there's nothing comfortable about that at all. And I think if we think clearly and effectively, we will realize, okay, what's comfortable about what we're going through right now? What's comfortable about it? It's not comfortable. But some of us know how to navigate through those discomforts and create their own comfort zone, right? So a lot of us are able to do that, but in most cases, it's going to be extremely difficult, during these coming times, because of the massiveness of our overpopulation, whether it's people, buildings, toys, equipment. The climate is, correcting. I've said this before. We were neglectful in taking care of our climate, taking care of our environment, taking care of our animals. And I'm not talking about domestic animals, by the way. I'm talking about the animals that we need to sustain us, to feed us. We've managed to sink this planet into a vortex, an abyss, in a self-made, self-created black hole. And it's going to take millennia to get this planet back in balance. And we all know that it's not a secret. But yet we, like I said, we still want to stay in our comfort zones about it, and believe that, once I die, that's somebody else's problem. Well, I got some disturbing news for you. This will always be our problem. This is a we problem. We did this. Therefore, we will continue from here on out to reap what we've sown, deal with the effects of things, and not to mention the consequences. So there's no escaping this, is my point. If you think dying, the act of dying is going to end this for you, again, you're going to get a deepening awakening that's going to be, unlike anything that you've ever experienced. So many people are talking, like myself, but thankfully you have the free will to swipe, and that's what's, like I said, a saving grace for me. And my sounds and tones are going to reach the right ears, the right eyes, the right feelings and emotions, because you can't block out the truth. What's meant for you is going to be meant for you, and you're going to be faced with it, whether you're living or dying. There's no escape of it. That's the complexities of what it means to be a genuine human being, that we've all been neglectful. There, in most cases, we were intentionally indoctrinated, and it was hidden from us. You've heard the secret sciences, the secret caves, the secret mountains. Everything was kept in a secret chamber for only certain people to attain and access. A lot is coming through, and I know how to help some of you to get through it and to manage it and reap the benefits of it. But it, like, again, it's all free will. Everyone's talking, as I said. I see a lot of familiar faces coming back. They're in different groups now, though. I see familiar faces all over the social media platform. And in these faces that I see were familiar faces that I saw 20 years ago. The ones that group up together, and their whole objective, and they just need to, if they would acknowledge it, is to create pyramids. Okay, to create pyramids. In other words, get everybody kind of on board. And now, that is not necessarily the issue. The issue is what are they selling you this time? What's different from 20 years ago than now? Have they changed? Because it just looks like, to me, it's the same formula. Okay. Now, what I want to talk to is, because I'm putting this out to, anyone that wants to listen, but those of you that have actually joined these kind of groups and participated in some of these formulas, has it worked for you? Has it worked for you? And I think if you're honest with yourself, like I said, no one has to know. But if you're honest with yourself, you'll realize it hasn't worked. It's just a spinning, spinning, spinning. Everybody's spinning all over the place, and they'll create a group here, spin, create a group there, spin, create a group there, spin. They call it franchising sometimes, but but what's the impact? If you are doing the same thing you were doing 20 years ago, and you're still doing the same thing now, as far as developing and evolving your consciousness, okay, you're wasting time and you're wasting money. Okay, a lot of those spinning groups, those pyramids are, they charge you a fee, they charge you money, and then they share it, and they know the bigger, the better. They know the bigger, the larger, the more they can reach. That's what's going to bring in the most income for them, the few in the pyramid, and then it just trickles down to pennies and dollars for the rest that are usually doing the most work. So that's what I see happening. Again, like I said, I see the same familiar faces in these so-called groups, these so-called God, there's another term for them. And that's just going to happen from now on, until certain climate destruction happens to come through and force a lot of things out. My point is this: if you don't change, then there are going to be factors that are coming in to change you, and you're not going to have a choice. Okay, most of us have lost the ability of making decisions, number one, and number two is holding fast to it. Staying with the program, staying with the objective or the goal or whatever it is that you are attempting to attain. A lot of us do get bored when we don't see the results we expect. Understandable. But again, you still have to make decisions. You have free will. You don't have to accept everyone's program, especially when you see the same faces of people offering you the same programs over and over and over, the same formulas over and over and over. You got no results and no benefits the first time around. Why would you get yourselves involved in that same type of uh, collectiveness of people? It's a free will. It's a choice. My point is, make sure you are trusting what you are doing and build trust in yourself. Release your doubts. Release hoping. I'm hoping to do this. I'm hoping to do that. Be confident and say, I am going to do this. I am going to do that. When I started to receive benefits in my life is when I had to take over the wheel and control where I was headed. Okay. There were some bumps and some some difficult struggles getting through this journey. Okay, I got to this destination. I made it to a destination. Now I'm going to elevate myself more and reach another destination in my life and reach another developing in my life. Okay, and it's on me. It's on me to do it. So my um, intentions and purpose is to help as many people as I can. I know I'm not looking for the big fish. I'm being really honest with you. I'm not going to be that delusional and put all that kind of pressure on me to think I'm going to capture the big fish of people and the big, all these people following me and all these people I rather you, um, you know, consider what my purpose and intentions are and build your trust in me over time, you know, and come in with clear expectations, and I think you're going to do just fine. I know a lot of people are ready for this because you've been in these spinning formulas, spinning collective of people, self-help. Okay, that's that group, that wellness group. Same faces now. They're just in different groups. Pay attention and see if you can ask them what happened to this other form, group or intent. What happened to those other factors of groups that you all created 10 years ago, 20 years ago? What happened to that? What was the results? Did you receive the $1 million that you were looking for or the $1 billion that you were looking for? Okay. Are you still living off of that? Forcing people to send you money every month and not being able to get out of contracts when you know these people are struggling to put food on the table. Okay. So many people are coming out and saying, you know what, my finances were, a lot of them had lost everything. Okay. If you think about it, these 10-year ago, 20-year ago gurus, that's the word, gurus, self-help masters, oh God, wellness masters, I want them to come forward and be honest. Why are you struggling financially when you sold this package to people to send in money to you month after month after month, and that they wouldn't have to work again in their lives? But yet you are, I would say the most of them had lost everything. And, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I really do. And, but I don't like the patterns that we're headed towards, which are the same old, same old, same old. There's no elevation of any of it. It's just packaged differently. Okay, so that's why I decided to do a nonprofit. I do not want to be mixed up in that kind of pressure to be building pyramids where, in most cases, I won't benefit. In other words, riding these coattails of people that have been out, like I said, for 20 years. Same faces. I remember you because I was a part of that. I was a part of those groups. I joined those groups. I joined those like I said, it was memberships or whatever they are called, but they structure around wellness, and they structure around self-improvement, and this and that and the other. It's the same formulas. And like I said, nobody wants to reinvent the wheel. Okay, that's fine. But the dangers are when the veils are lifted and people are exposed, and the lies and deceptions and the manipulations are exposed. It's gonna crush a lot of people. More so financially, of course. It's just gonna crush them, and it's gonna cause a lot of unnecessary mental decline. And these so-called groups that are in this wellness environment knew damn well that wasn't their intentions to make the population well and healthy. It was about wealth. For me, it's not about wealth. It's about the evolution of the consciousness. So again, take a hold of the wheel and control your life. Control your narrative. Get yourself out of these indoctrination formulas and take a break and really take a look at your situation. Maybe you need to take a month off here, take a week off there, and look at your situation. Be forced to look at your situation and say, okay, what do I want? And be honest about it. If you are just looking for the bottom line of finances, you're going to be depressed. Okay, you will be depressed. Okay, because it's nothing but smoke and mirrors. Okay, we're sending $50 billion all out of this country to other countries fighting war and battle. That's what we do. We conquer and destroy. It's not about health and wellness at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is help you to repair it. But again, the damage has been done. Accept that. Be honest with yourself, but at the same time, be gentle and kind. The games are over. We're at a culmination. The damage has been done. Okay, so pay attention to your finances. Pay attention to your environment. Pay attention to the people around you. Okay, do not get yourself caught up in these spin cycles and be left with nothing, and left with no one coming to save you, because no one will. Okay? Evolution of consciousness. Love is spoken here. I'm Michelle Carithers.
Thank you so much for listening to the Evolution of the Consciousness podcast. Please make sure to leave us a review. If you wish to ask a question to Michelle, you can leave her an email at msmichellecarithers@gmail.com.